I'm driving to my workshop right now, and it's a Sunday. I'm reminiscing on our annual trip to the Isles of Scilly, and it's given me a warmth inside, and it's making me feel like I'm being productive, and it's given me a theme by which I can try and explore some ideas that have kept me interested in life recently, and it gives me a excuse to share her and my relationship with her, because that is something that I'm most proud of in my life. And it's not perfect, and it takes effort, and we've known each other for nearly 20 years, and we've been together for 16 of those years. And this year, 2022, has probably been the best of those years, and to be able to say that is incredible. And I'm driving to the workshop so I can collect my laptop charger, because I stupidly left it there on Friday. The reason why I'm getting my charger while I'm driving half an hour is because I can't sit still for longer than a day. So on Sundays I get restless, and I think I want to be productive. I need to put artwork out into the world. I can call it artwork because it is my art. I chose that area, and I stopped for a while making these films, and now I want to make them again because it's good for me. It's good to have an outlet. It's good to be tested. It's good to have a mechanism by which I can put imperfect things out into the world and hope that other human beings can see it and experience it and take something away from it. But you can't create in the dark. You can't make in the dark. You've got to be tested. You've got to be challenged. You've got to feel insecure and inferior, and you've got to do all of those things, and you've got to sit with it. You've got to learn to sit with it. You've got to learn to embrace that part of yourself. And the only way to do that is to create. I can't live a life of solitude. I fall apart in solitude. Loneliness bangs at the door of solitude very quickly for me. These are the parts of the experience that makes up my life that I want to share, and they always involve her. She's always in them. It is the celebration of our connection and our relationship, and the silly little moments and silly conversations that we have. The vast majority of the things that we talk about are just childlike, to be honest with you, and that's the way I wanted it to always be, because we knew each other when we were children. We were still children, and as we've grown into adults, I didn't want us to lose that. And it's the same with travelling. There's a childlike curiosity to it, and an openness, and a fear. There's a childlike fear involved in travelling. I want to show off these times because I'm walking around with someone who I love deeply, and who I think is one of the most beautiful people I've ever met. If not, she is the most beautiful person I've ever met in my life. And she is the shining light in my life, and I live in her glow and the places that we go together. And if she's happy, and if she's looking in my direction, and she's smiling, and she's content, and she has a book, and she's well fed, and she is going to have a comfortable place to sleep tonight, if I can sit back and know that I'm at part in that, then I'm happy. And I want to show that off because there's a lesson there for everyone, and there's a lesson there for me. And the lesson is that life doesn't have to be complicated. That life is about the relationships you have with people and the experiences you have in nature, and the way in which you treat yourself mentally and physically. The lens by which you see the world, that is your choice. That is your choice. And this is coming from someone who has fiddled with the lens many times throughout my life, and I have far too many times put a smoked a smoked glass in front of my eyes and chosen to see the world in a dark, brooding, victim-led sense, and as soon as you realise how to remove that lens and how to place a clearer one in front of yourself, it's a breath of fresh air. And part of that's gratitude, and part of that is owning up to the shadow side of yourself and learning to love that shadow side of yourself. So here we are, rocking up at the workshop, and I've been chatting shit for 20 minutes. And yeah.